Hi everyone, this is Michelle at the Club at Creighton Farms, and today we are going to make a snowman buddy. This is a very simple and very easy craft that you and your kids can enjoy, and this is what the finished product will look at the very end, and you just need a few things that you probably already have around the house. So the first you'll need is a nice long sock. It could be any color. I do recommend white since we're doing a snowman buddy. You will need some rice. You will need about 3/4 of a cup. You will use this separately. You will need a couple rubber bands, either they're thin ones or thick ones, both will work exactly the same. You will need some scissors, a measuring cup. I do recommend 1/4 of a cup or a 1/2 a cup because you will use a 1/2 a cup first and then 1/4 a cup for the next portion. If you have a funnel at the house, it might be a little helpful. If not, teamwork will work just as well. And then of course you will need some glue, either hot glue or just tacky glue from a craft store will work very well. And for the fun aspects, I would recommend a Sharpie. I'm going to choose green. This will actually be for the eyes. And some of your favorite holiday ribbon lying around, or you can get him ready for spring. And you will also need some little fun pom-pom craft items and just some little buttons that you have. So let's begin. So what you will need to do is take your sock and cut about 2/3 of it off, and this will create your hat. And then just set this one aside. And open your sock up. And then you're gonna put about 1/2 a cup of rice in the bottom. This is gonna make your little body right here for the snowman. And this is where the funnel does come in handy if you have one. If not, get a buddy and have them open your sock for you. Wonderful. Make sure all that rice is down in the bottom of your sock, and it just helps if you knock the sock a little bit on the counter, whatever you're using, to get all the rice in the bottom to make your little body. And then take your rubber band and tie the bottom of the sock. Now you can use as much rice or as little rice as you like, depending on how big you would like your snowman buddy to be. And so now that we have our body, I'm going to add 1/4 of a cup of rice to make the head. And again, if you have the funnel, if not, just keep your buddy near you so they can hold your sock for you. And again, just make sure you put all the rice on the bottom of the sock, right above where your rubber band is. If you tie your rubber band nice and tight, you won't have any issues with rice falling to the bottom. And then you're going to tie this again to create your head. Now if you're feeling really ambitious, you can do 3. So a classic snowman does have a middle section for himself. And you see how this is quite long? It's up to you, but you're welcome to cut it. It'll make your hat fit on a little bit easier. So now we have our body for the snowman. And then next, I would recommend to take your hat. It already has these fun little lines in them, but we're going to create strips for a fun winter hat. You want to cut it about halfway down. And then take the portion that actually the top of the sock and put it on top of the head. Make sure he can see, nice and secure. You won't need any glue for this, but if you do feel like you would like to use some glue, you can use that for the top. Wonderful. So we have his head and his body and his hat. And then next is that you can take some fun pom-poms, some fun craft pom-poms that you have, either sparkly, or if you would like a classic snowman, you can take some buttons, and I'm going to take some buttons with some craft glue and just put a couple on his body. A little dot of the craft glue will go a long way. Now we have his little buttons on the body. I'm gonna add some green eyes. And all he's missing now is a little nose to complete his face. And I'm going to use a nice little sparkly pom-pom ball right here. And again, use the craft glue. It will go a long way, so you only need a little bit. So you can give him a little nose. And he's almost all done. We just got to make sure he keeps warm for the winter, so we are going to give him a little scarf. So with your favorite ribbon around the house, this one is quite thick, so what I'm gonna do is just cut a line down the middle, and then I'm gonna use about 5 or 6 inches just so we can tie it around his little neck. And don't worry if you cut a little bit too much and tie it, you can always cut some off. And then what you'll do is just give him this little scarf and tie it around his neck. And this way he keeps warm for the winter. All you have to do is wait for your glue to dry, and your snowman buddy is ready to go with you wherever you go. If you want to name him, I would recommend to also maybe give him some rosy cheeks, or you can play with the colors of the sock that you do. Maybe color some of the sock to make it just the snowman buddy you would like. And that is it. It is quite simple, very easy, and really cute to have around the house. And all of your children can have a little buddy for the winter. So I hope you liked the craft today. If there's any questions about the craft, please feel free to reach out, and we look forward to seeing your snowman buddies.